Welcome to Opinions Like A-Holes, everybody, your favorite pop culture podcast where we have opinions and most of them stink. My name is Michael Zampino. With me, as always, is Hilton Price.
Adulting.
From a standing position.
Yeah, I had to adjust. This shirt is not fitting quite right.
I didn't realize that's what was happening in the moment, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, you're preparing for something very profound."
You thought it was going to be. You thought it was going to be like what is it? Like blood alone moves the wheels of history.
I was like, "This is going to be a very different energy on the intro."
No, adulting, man. Just doing adult stuff. Like I did a thing this week that
Like having to adjust your pants because your body's weird.
My body's shaped funny because I didn't ever make with the exercising.
Oh boy! I could talk to you about it all day.
Did you just like pretty much never work out? Because that was like in my 43 years, there's been like a solid 2.5 hours of exercise.
Oh no, I've had spurts where I lost like 65 pounds at one point.
Okay.
From actually trying.
Okay.
And then COVID happened, and I was like, everybody might die. Might as well eat.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Niccolo. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. R.I.P. Terry Hall.
No, but now that I've done no exercise in 43 cycles of our Earth around the sun. Is that what a year is?
In 43 moons.
43 moons.
Sans exercise.
Yeah, those are days. I am weak.
You're surprisingly svelte for having gone 43 moons without any exercise, though.
I'm a good-looking man.
I'm have as little exterior body fat,
trim, and shapely. I don't know what the
I'm
shape
shapely.
is.
I'm in shape.
We
I'm
all
round.
shapely. We're all a shape. I'll get to the point. I don't even know.
I said, bitch, I'm shapely.
What I was saying though is I did an adult thing this week. I opened a savings
Always
account.
makes me think something
Nice.
gross when you have to premise with adult thing.
Well, in that case, I did 2 adult things this week.
Gross.
I opened a savings account.
Dope.
And it's bad that I haven't had one at this 40-something
Props.
years.
It's okay.
Seriously, props.
Yeah, because you just you got to get your planning ahead.
Gotta get your affairs in order.
You got to get your affairs in order.
It's adult ass shit right there.
Yeah. So I
Doesn't it feel that way sometimes, though? There's little steps where I've been like, I feel like this is just the first step in me being like, well, better get everything ready for when I die.
well, yeah.
Okay, that was a little, sorry.
It's part of it. And let me get shit in order to hopefully
episode's
put
got
off death.
Big midlife crisis energy.
We're old. We're old.
No, you gotta get ready, dude. You gotta prepare, man. You gotta prepare.
You never know, bro. You never know.
Any day, and you want money in the bank when it happens.
I mean, you want to try?
That's not even how that should go. That's the opposite. That's not
America.
That's not the live your life that we
This
were
is
talking
the
about. when you
America
were
I
eating
know and
during the
love.
Pandemic. Who's Erica?
Erica Badu?
No, I'm not.
You're not Erica Badu?
No.
Clearly. Oh, boy.
It's part of who I have not been.
Please welcome back to the show our good friend, Niccolo Birkitt, everybody.
Thank you, both of you. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You've been busy.
Yes.
You've
yeah.
been doing all the things.
Trying. It's fun.
You're now part of a band, Sex Thief.
Yep. That band's been going on for like 4 years now.
My favorite thing about that band name is it sounds like one of the band names that Andy Dwyer threw out in the lists of band names before they landed on Mouse Rat.
It's definitely a memorable one.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that scene where he's like, first we were like Decapitation Hornet, and we were blah, 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 and he goes through this list of...
Oh, no.
It sounds like one of the ones he would have thrown out in that
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's fucking great. Because like every single... There's so many in that list where I'm like, that's a dope band name. That's a dope band name.
And then you're like, then that's amazing that it wasn't good enough. It was like, no, we need push it even more.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it's such a great example of just that kind of like never happy with what you're coming up with.
Always.
You know, the part of the
Always.
creative
Oh, for
process.
sure.
Always.
As soon as you land on it, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, sucks so bad.
worst idea.
So
What
bad.
what am I doing? What?
Such an idiot. Opinions like a-holes? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, really, why would I
Jesus
choose that?
Christ, it's the dumbest name you ever could have come up with.
That hyphen does fucking haunt my dreams.
You're gonna have to fucking explain it a lot.
A lot. Yeah. A lot.
You got some explaining to do.
You don't have that problem though. Although I guess, do people ask
thief?
you what
Yeah,
that
I
means?
mean,
Yeah,
when they-
yeah. Oh, we get that question all the time, and I'll explain it right now. Sexy.
I'm not going to ask you
Oh
what
no,
it
it's
means.
okay. Well, one
I
thing.
was going to leave it up to the listener's interpretation.
Well, it first.
I'm kidding. No, go ahead.
It first came out of we had another band name and no one could remember it, and so I was like, literally no. I mean, we would literally say the name like 4 or 5 times, and it's just like, what? What's
Wait,
the band?
what is it again?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's just like, never mind.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah. Okay. I remember what it was called. A New Life.
Oh, that sounds like a Christian
yeah,
band.
yeah, that is a
Yeah,
Christian
you
band.
already forgot it after I said it though. See, it's
Yeah.
like just the way. But no, we were talking about the Sex Pistols. Me and my friend Kian. He's a drummer. He's the one that I started it with. We were talking about the Sex Pistols, and I was explaining to him how the guitarist actually stole all the instruments for like their beginnings of the band. You can even see some of it in their early footage, and he stole it from like David Bowie and like Roxy Music, and immediately Kian goes, so the Sex Pistols, they were sex thieves, and we were like, that's kind of cool name, and we're like, well, what if we just put it singular? And then that's when we came up, and then we realized what it means, what other people perceived it as.
Correct.
But then we were also explaining that it's also about
You can't steal
gender
sex.
identity.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it is, because we definitely support non-binary.
Yeah.
And just it's like the government stole your sex from you.
I mean, essentially, they're trying to right now.
Mm-hmm.
SB 2177 is off to the Senate.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's kind of weird that
2186 is going to pass too.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's the one that we can we can all my sister-in-law's fiance sent us an article in Rolling Stone, and let me actually pull it up real quick so I can quote the actual who the band was.
Rolling
The Vandaliers.
Okay.
You ever heard of them? Vandaliers. They played a Tennessee concert in drag.
Oh, yes.
In protest of Tennessee's anti-drag bill. And I think we should do this here and everywhere that they're trying to do this.
Oh, I'm
I think
definitely performing in drag.
Every major band, especially that's drawing large amounts of attention and ticket sales and stuff like that, they should all do it too, because it's like, at that point, are you gonna, you're back to the days of, are you gonna arrest Jim Morrison?
Yep. Yeah. If that's what we really need to do it. I mean,
So-
I support that 100%.
Absolutely. The bigger the name, the better. But I think we should do it all the way down to
Exactly.
to us, the people who aren't necessarily big name draws.
Well, and it really just comes down to
Solidarity.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
it comes down to two things. One is letting people live their lives and letting people be who they want to be if it doesn't hurt you, which 9 times out of 10, there's very little that I've ever seen in these culture wars that actually can have a negative effect on people. So just leave people the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And number 2 is, if you really think there's a legitimate threat to children in certain situations, let's have an honest dialogue about it, identify it, but then we have to believe the findings. And if you want to talk about things like the impact of the trans movement on kids, 99% of the time, these claims of harm, of non-fixable harm, excuse my memory.
Irreversible damage.
Thank you. Is overblown, and it's a dog whistle. So, and in cases of exposure to things like drag, it's just made up. It's just made up. The only instances where drag can have any kind of negative effect on children is the same kind of situations where straight performance can have a negative effect
Absolutely.
on children, which
100%.
is when it's overly sexualized and exposing the kid to it. And in the end, that negative effect 9 times out of 10 tends to be someone's got to have a long talk with Junior that night.
Hey, but here's the thing here's the thing that having kids has reminded me of is that, guess what, motherfucker? It's not sexualized until you put that idea in their fucking head, because they're children and they don't know what that fucking means. So like for Eleanor, like when someone turns around and twerks, that's just a dance move. There is nothing sexual about that in any way, shape, or form in her mind until you tell her, hey, that's a sexual thing. You shouldn't do that. Now that's put in her head. You fucking put that there. That's how this works.
That's malicious. That's a malicious
children.
thought.
These are children. It's not that idea doesn't exist in their brain. They don't see that. They just see somebody performing a show.
Yeah.
It's
that's funny and
important
fun.
to remember that. And that's why I'm glad that my child is able to remind me of that. It's so important to remember that that's an idea we put there.
And just like straight based performance art, like burlesque, for example.
Yeah.
Like where it can get sexual in that it involves the human body and that it can involve sex acts pantomimed on stage. It can even involve sex toys for the more outlandish performances, and drag certainly can involve all of that as well. But those are not shows for children.
And exactly. This doesn't happen at Drag Story Hour. They're not pulling out dildos and fucking dumping them out. Like, it's not happening.
They are dressed like school marms and grandmothers.
Yes.
And maybe not grandmother. Maybe that's oversimplification. But in a style that is in no way meant to be sexually stimulating.
Correct.
And that's the point. And it's, is there still beauty? Yeah, 100%. The girls look gorgeous.
Yeah, but it's just important to remember the idea of it being sexualized is only coming from adults.
And
exactly.
Beauty and sex are not the same thing.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
That's a big thing that people seem to get caught on with drag, is that oftentimes it's big hair and pouty lips and full-on makeup and long lashes. And those are beautiful and can be, I don't know, is there a word that's not, it's not sexual, but it is certainly glamour.
Titillating?
Glamorous is a great word.
Glamorous,
Yes.
where it's got a charm to it.
Yes.
But it's very easy to make that sexual. I do all the time,
Yeah, but it's important to remember that children don't possess that ability until you give it to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. And also I'm a flawed human.
Right.
They're thinking on a much simpler level, and so of course it's like, someone dancing, that looks fun.
But that's just
It's a very interesting thing how people, I feel like adults forget that children are thinking on a much simpler level than what they're thinking of.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's not
Speaking of childhood,
it's
lost innocence and the terror of
boys and girls
of growing up. Isn't that what Peter Pan's about? Is just the like how fucking terrifying it is to realize that that childhood is long behind you.
Was that the impetus? When J.M. Barrie wrote it, what isn't it about the idea?
That's what you.
That's what I'm feeling this morning.
It's chaos.
The existential crisis is coming in.
Oh, bro, it's like it's here.
I love the chaos.
It's here. It's arrived. I signed for it.
I dotted the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Peter Pan and Wendy. People are mad.
Coming to Disney Plus.
Too woke.
Too woke.
Too woke.
And I mean, it's all the standard check boxes for this kind of bitching.
Peter Pan is a white woman, and we all know that and have accepted it as such. You remember that Peter Pan was a white woman?
That is drag, sir.
Exactly.
And I will not have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember seeing Peter Pan plays, and the woman would play Peter Pan.
That's right.
Yeah.
The live action Peter Pan was a woman.
Yeah,
I forget her name.
what was her,
it's escaping me.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, so stick that in your fucking buttholes.
Yeah. You don't want no Peter Pan? Huh? Is that what you don't want?
Peter Pan's not white enough.
No, really? I thought that was going to do it. I was so sure. All right, I'm sorry. I'll try again.
It's like, here's everyone who's ever played Peter Pan.
Look, Mary Martin, Peter Pan.
Mary Martin, is that it?
Right
yeah,
there.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's about, yep. That was Mary Martin.
There she is. Yeah, the black and white photo wasn't that long ago, you guys. There's no photos of her in color? Or I guess that was just her heyday. All right, my bad. Sorry, Mary. No lack of love. But yeah, that was a role that was, it was because the idea of him being childlike, I guess, that a woman actress in lieu of actually casting a child might have the smaller stature, I guess. I'm kind of reaching.
Oh, as to why they cast her?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like, I imagine there that I don't know if it was maybe that they had to cast an adult for whatever reason.
Yeah, maybe
and that
union
and that,
roles,
but I don't know.
In the 30s?
Yeah, I know, right? They didn't give a fuck about child labor laws.
Like, you gotta go in the chimney. You ain't getting on stage.
Try
Okay?
again.
They're
I
young.
don't know.
They can work extra.
Why else would they? I don't know.
I mean, I honestly, I guess so. Maybe they're like,
I don't know. Child labor laws have been around for a good 100 years or so, at least to the point where like they could only work a certain amount of hours, and maybe with a lead role, it was too many hours, and they had to cast an adult. And then I would guess that an adult woman is going to have a more childlike stature and voice, and
Or maybe it's just that, the idea that, people weren't as hung up on gender casting at certain times back then, less so than you expect,
Right.
Another one that I learned about recently was ballet, like settling in the new job. We just had Cinderella come through. I say come through, excuse me. We just put on our production of Cinderella world
It wasn't a
premiere,
touring
produced in our
production.
house, I'm we didn't pre-show or anything. Most of the traditionally, when Cinderella is brought to the stage, Cinderella's sisters are often played by men, and that's just partially because
they're the comic relief.
They're the comic
What's
relief.
funnier than a guy in a dress?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and they're meant to be grotesque,
That's true.
So it's also the idea that
What's
they're-
uglier than a dude in a dress?
Yeah. I mean, if not done right, got to do it right.
If not
That's
done
the thing. We've come a long way.
I mean, I will say that Giuliani in drag was pretty.
oh, pull that up.
was it bad?
Pull
have you
that
not
up.
that scene with him and Donald Trump, where whatever sketch it was for, where Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani are in a department store and Giuliani's yes.
Fucking A.
Oh yeah, baby. Look at this shit.
I forgot about
Yes.
I forgot.
Giuliani in drag is I would let the Senate pass a bill that bans Giuliani in drag.
How about we just ban Giuliani?
Ban Giuliani in
man,
drag.
You don't have that many years left. Just stay inside until
my
you're.
gosh.
Just stay inside.
That is amazing.
Yeah. No, and I'm not surprised. He's
Now that is an objectively spooky image.
Giuliani is someone who has got a lot going on under the surface.
I mean, he married a cousin.
And
You can see it dripping from his head.
yeah. And I mean,
That's the demons trying to get out.
you see it manifesting in a lot of strange ways, and one of them for him is theatrics.
Absolutely.
He when he was I don't know what he was doing in law enforcement. No, I think he was a prosecutor, and he actually dressed up like a quote unquote Hell's Angels member to go on a drug deal as part of an undercover sting. And the way he looks, he's in like a white button down.
Like an Oxford.
Yeah, with like the sleeves rolled up and like a pair of black slacks. It's like you look like an accountant on lunch break.
It's like, I'm about to go do these bikers' numbers.
Oh my God. Can we pull
Hold
that
on, guys.
picture up?
I see if I can find it.
The Hell's Angels still need their taxes prepared as well. They are an organization.
That's how I'm gonna get through. That's my
Hell's Angels
that's
LLC.
my whole. Yeah. Look, guys.
Yeah,
Hellsangels.org.
Oh, yeah, okay. He is in a leather jacket. That's him in the middle.
But you're right. No,
still great.
look at the belt.
Yeah,
That's still great.
yeah. That is what he had in his closet plus the jacket they
That
had.
they handed him.
Yeah, that they
And
had the
sunglasses.
evidence locker.
They handed him the sunglasses and the vest, and they were like, "Here you go. You're undercover now."
Yeah.
I don't even recognize you, dude.
Oh, is that another picture of Rudy in drag?
Oh, man, that's really more of a
Leather
cabaret.
lace.
Hey, but that's high heels and stockings, baby. That'll get you thrown in jail today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's drag to me.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Hashtag.
Lock him up. Lock him up.
Lock him. Okay.
Rudy in a cage.
But put that Rudy in a cage. Nobody puts Rudy in a cage. Nobody puts Rudy in a corner.
Nobody.
But he's
the world is so insane.
He's a terrible person.
Kinda, yeah. There's a documentary airing about him right now that's been pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called When Truth Isn't Truth.
Where's that at?
MSNBC
Okay.
Ooh.
or NBC. I can't remember if it's on regular NBC, but we've been taping it on MSNBC
Okay.
when it airs.
I like taping it.
You know that liberal leftist
that
rag.
Just a earworm. just gnawing
It's
away.
where they let Rachel Maddow play. Ew,
Oh,
gross.
Ew. Ew, turn that off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Put woke in a cage.
They're about to have to turn off Fox News. That's for damn sure.
Thank you.
This looked cool though.
Peter
This
Pan and
looked-
Wendy?
had like Avatar imagery.
Just big scenes like
It was like
action.
Avatar with Hook, because I loved the movie Hook. It's like, I guess, vibe.
Yeah,
Or just
I get
like,
you.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because just I grew up in the '90s and that, but I liked that because it kind of gave me that and that. I don't know. It was just I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked
that was
good, too.
Maybe I'm just woke.
You are, bro. You're too
Could
woke.
be woke. That is in total possibility.
Snowflake, get the fuck out of here.
Well, and that's the funny thing about it is we at first we pulled up this New York Post article, which there in itself, trust the source. The Post is about as worthless.
Yeah,
as it
really
can go.
leading us to believe that there's gonna be some shit in this trailer.
Well, no, I in my head though, I also kind of like wondered: is it just going to be the usual nonsense check boxes of one's a race issue, one's a gender issue,
Yep.
It
yes
was.
and yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Check and check.
And I don't know, was there anything else? But that's
No, that's it. Peter Pan's not white, Tinkerbell's not white, and the Lost Boys are also some girls.
there's girls. Yeah, which
So fucking burn it down.
were
Ooh,
they
double gender on there. I like that.
were they all boys in Hook? I don't remember.
I do believe they probably were.
I mean,
I think Tinkerbell was the only chick, which, that's
But
rough
wasn't
for
the story
Tinkerbell.
even worse than wasn't the book like a really, really kind of messed up book
Oh, I'm
too?
sure they
Yeah,
all were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you? Yeah, these fairy tales. Actually, it's not really a fairy tale. Like I know grim fairy tales are often
Yeah, they're-
horrific stories. But
Stories of murder.
I don't know if J.M. Barrie's his writing was like that.
I thought for a moment I thought you said Jay and Berries, and I was like, is that your euphemism for your junk?
my J and Barrie's.
Jay and Berries.
I call it a J because that's how it's shaped.
That's how curved it is.
Yes.
God, could you imagine having a dick long enough to curve?
Oh my god. Oh.
That's a sex joke.
Dick in a cage.
Oh, god damn it.
Dick in a cage, Giuliani in a cage, putting a lot of things in cages today.
It's my dick in a cage.
Yeah. Oh,
Boy,
and
oh boy, this episode is very goofy and it's a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time.
This is great. This is perfect.
but then Jude Law showing up as Captain Hook.
Neither me or Niccolo recognized him at
Same.
all
No.
until
Well-
you said read it in the cast.
Yeah.
And I had read it a day or two earlier, but couldn't
Still
place
didn't
it.
reckon- yeah.
And I couldn't figure out who he was, so because I'd forgotten what I read. So
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, at least in the shot we saw, I'm sure there might be other angles where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's clearly Jude Law. But in the scene from the trailer, we were like, that's Jude
Yeah.
Law?
I was like, who is this old fuck?
okay,
This is old geezer.
this guy's got bad hair. Here, I'm gonna pause it while I play it, or excuse me.
We're
mute it
cool
while I
with
play it.
everybody except old.
See, looking at it now, I can.
He's old.
Oh, but I'm glad that Peter Pan's not white.
I don't know if it's the hair or what, but it's
There's makeup, I'm sure.
no, but
you know?
it just looks off.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
asymmetric, right?
Yeah, he's standing at an odd angle. The whole thing is definitely made to look a certain
Like
way.
after I know I'm putting Jude Law now on Captain Hook.
Got that sweet
Yeah.
curly mustache though.
Yeah, and the whole the cast looked fun. Like it looked like there was
Oh, sure. It's
like-
like a fun romp.
Yeah.
through Neverland.
yeah.
It looks like there was like darker elements as well, though. But
Yeah, good special effects.
Yeah.
There was that cool scene over the water.
that
with,
looked
that was dope.
The
mermaids.
flying scene
Uh-huh.
over
Yep.
the water. That's the one that reminded me of like a scene from Avatar. I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
for
I
real.
feel like there's a very similar shot in Avatar.
Yeah, and then was there a pirate ship? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, it was in
like
the air.
floating.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was,
that's
and like
cool.
I can't remember. I think like Peter Pan was like jumping
Yeah,
down.
he was
Oh, that
gonna
was
do the scene from Goonies.
Oh yeah.
epic.
Hey, you guys. That's good shit. Goonies has come up a couple times. I started doing that on stage. That little thing about
Just saying, hey, you guys.
No,
about the pirates.
The riff about the
talking about the pirates.
Yeah, we were talking about Goonies and
traps.
how the booby traps in Goonies are ridiculous because traps are supposed to be quick, but they take a very long time. They're like Rube Goldberg contraptions, you know.
Oh, I haven't watched it in so long, dude.
But then we started talking about the logistics of the bone organ, and I'm like, I can imagine a bunch of old pirates building a fucking bone organ.
Ew.
Like, what pirate knows how to tune a bone organ?
Where do we put the latch to release the cannonball?
We gotta make sure it's in the key of E.
You don't know what you're out of tune.
That's where it went. Eventually, was to Pirate American Idol, which was it's a bit pitchy, dog.
That's gonna be a no.
I love your spirit,
but it's gonna be a no from me, dog. Jesus, so silly. Oh boy.
But yeah, totally down for this. This is Peter Pan and Wendy's coming to Disney.
Yeah, I don't have to go to the theater for this. That's cool. I'll watch it.
No, but you may have to go to the theater for the other one.
I won't, but
okay,
that's where it will be.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Sans me, it's where it will be.
The Haunted Mansion will not get you involved.
Sans me, that's where it will be.
Speaking riddles, I do.
The theater, sans me. No, I don't. The Haunted Mansion isn't like we've discussed that. Like for me, the theater's a thing. It takes planning and
Bigger.
shit. Yeah,
Bigger than that.
So we got to like pick and choose like what's worth going to the fucking movies
for sure.
for. Haunted Mansion ain't up there, but it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'll watch it when it's free.
Fun.
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much for that movie. There's no way.
That's going to theaters.
Right. That's the one that's coming to theaters. Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Now, was there people in that we recognized? Because if so, I already done forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Owen
Matthew,
Wilson was the only
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
that's
remember.
right. No, Owen Wilson. There was.
It said Jared Leto was in that movie.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious. It said Jared Leto was in that movie.
Jared Leto's not in this movie.
If he was, I didn't see him there.
The Hat Box Ghost.
Apparently Jamie
yeah,
Lee Curtis.
Danny DeVito.
Danny.
Oh, yeah, Danny
Winona.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, we know everybody.
Rosario Dawson? Rosario. Oh, Roz.
Oh, we know Roz.
First name basis.
Good old Roz Dawes.
Hassan Minaj. That's cool. Lakeith Stanfield is the one I was talking about from Sorry to
Yes.
Bother You.
Yep.
That movie was a mind fuck. Have you seen
Sorry
that?
to bother you? No.
Watch it. It's a crazy movie.
Tiffany Haddish.
Ooh, Tiffany's in this after all that? All right. Okay.
Oh, she had the shit with Aries Spears.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That
what?
was
That's
insane.
a thing.
That was
That's
insane.
Oh, wow. You don't know about that?
I don't know
Dude, this
about
is
that.
crazy.
They are some crazy fucking people.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind. I forgot. I'm glad you reminded me about
Yeah,
that.
I was surprised to
So
see
let's
her.
talk
on
about this for the rest of the show. What happened?
pretty much someone of Tiffany's friend, a childhood friend, was there. Aries and Tiffany was trying to here. Actually, I'm gonna.
You go there.
There we
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Second one down.
Is it like a child skit? Yes, and it was just maybe a little. It was a little bit too intense, and I guess also they're like not even being all apologetic. I think about it.
Yeah, it's so the pulling it up on NBC News. The headline is Tiffany Haddish and Aries
Fake
Spears
news.
accused of grooming and molesting siblings in sexually explicit
Yeah.
skits.
Oh no. Oh no, I don't like that at all.
The suit alleges that they coerced two siblings on separate occasions to take part in the skits, including one named Through a Pedophile's Eyes.
Yeah, nope. You're doing sketches like that. You cast adults.
Yeah, weren't we just talking
even
about
if
this
there's
with Peter
even
Pan?
if there's a joke there, like when like in
and
Mr.
Peter Pan
Yeah.
is a fine role. That's
Yeah.
saving.
They knew what they were doing.
when Mr. Show did the like Nambla commercial, they didn't put any actual children in it. Remember when the Addies? No, they didn't.
Okay.
I clearly remember there not being any. I don't think there.
I was wondering if there was a shot,
Yeah, but that's like B-roll shot.
a B-roll shot, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
not like
different.
actually
Yeah, like,
interacting.
exactly. It's just like a barbecue. They're
Yeah,
like shots
yeah.
of people at a barbecue, and then they just blur out the dads, and they're like Nambla.
Oh my god. Jeez. Oh man. Wow. But yeah, no, they didn't do that. They didn't do that in this one. But and I think some of it was like,
sexual noises as they both ate a sandwich in the manner that simulated the act of fellatio. Don't like that at all.
Yeah, no, it was pretty.
And the skit involves one of the adult characters teaching, I think, one of the children characters how to mimic fellatio.
What? Don't do that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad news bears.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we're not going to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
We're taking a stand here.
I finally figured out my stance. Thank you.
It's not because it's a horror movie aimed at children that I don't really care about.
No, it definitely looked like they were pulling more of a comedy, trying to pull a comedy out of that one.
Yeah.
Make it more silly.
Oh, yeah.
You got DeVito in there.
Comedy.
You got all these comedians in there. Boy, oh boy. That took a turn, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was going to be that like she and Aries Spears had some funny beef or something like that's, and I was like, oh shit, that's funny. Let's talk about that. This wasn't funny at all.
It was real serious. That's why I was surprised to see her on that.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
How did you have time to make this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haunted Mansion is a movie.
Let's please go to something else. Oh gosh.
Let's see what else we can find. Taylor Swift. Attorney General Merrick Garland proves he's a Swiftie.
Oh Jesus
during
Christ.
a Senate hearing. That's so.
How is this a news article that someone wrote?
So this is a great example of someone at a job who really needed content. And his manager's breathing down his neck, and he's like, "Listen, you'll work for Billboard. You're on the music page. You got the cushiest fucking job on the web. You got to make a story."
Did you hear Merrick Garland mentioned Taylor Swift?
There, that's it.
Go with that.
That's
Write
it.
it. 500 words.
Yeah.
Get it to me.
Yeah, end of day.
End of day.
This has apparently the head of the Department of Justice has almost all of Taylor Swift's CDs on display in his office. Also, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird, but that's definitely like trying to get a certain demographic.
It's got to be.
You know, the attorney.
They're trying to say like, oh, look how leftist woke Merrick Garland is. That he's clearly biased in everything he's ever done because he has Taylor Swift CDs on his wall.
Is that? Yeah, I mean, because if he did it naturally, then if you have all of any artist CDs on display in your office,
what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I cannot talk shit.
Do you have all of an artist CDs on display?
No, but I have close to all of a lot of different shit.
But this is vinyls, though. That's different.
Yeah.
And you have CDs, but
is it that different?
Yeah, but also though, you also damn it!
I gotcha. Is it that different? It's not that different. It's just fandom. It's just like, oh, this old white guy likes a young pop musician. Ooh.
That's one of those things that feels a little off, but
because he looks like a giant dork.
That's the other thing too.
It's why it seems weird.
Yeah.
Well,
He looks like an old nerd,
but I don't want to judge.
Why do you have Taylor Swift? Exactly.
So have you been listening to this your entire life? This is something that you
or her life?
Me.
Yeah, your stuff.
All of everything here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been my whole life.
Okay. See, then why isn't there other stuff displayed with that? Why wouldn't there other?
We don't know.
I feel like that.
We don't know the context. We don't know if that's the only thing that was on the wall.
It
just says that it's in his office. I imagine there's books.
Well,
degrees maybe.
And if it is
perhaps some certificates of participation.
And if it's strictly marketing,
I participated in the Justice Department. Look at my certificate.
Like right next to my certificate of being the Attorney General.
It's got a teddy bear and a police hat.
That's why you have all the pops.
Oh my god.
Them deep cuts.
That's right, baby.
And if it is marketing, man, who are you appealing to versus who are you losing, and why are you doing this?
That leads
why
me to
don't
believe
you have handlers?
That leads me to believe that that's his fucking office, and he was probably on a Zoom or some shit, and someone picked a weird thing, you know.
All right. Okay. Honestly,
and we haven't read this article at all, so I am strictly speculating. But I am winning the argument, and
I can't disagree right now.
You're doing well.
I over microdosed this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I macrodosed.
Oh man.
Oh, he says "Shake It Off" is one of his favorite songs. It's solid. I'm not gonna say it's bad.
Okay.
I'm not a big Swiftie. I only know a couple songs, but honestly, I'm sorry. I didn't really come equipped for this conversation.
You better come ready, bro.
Camaraderie, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he had a bunch of CDs on display in his office.
It just seems like
okay.
What's a bunch? Like, what is 4, 3?
Okay, at least
Exactly.
there's other CDs there. If there was, I would feel.
I
like,
was gonna say, and the keyword in the headline was almost.
Yeah, and I mean that
It wasn't all. It was almost all of Taylor Swift's albums.
Well, and maybe he just bought a bunch of them in one day. You know, like he knew that he dug her music, and he went and said
He went and bought a box set.
and he bought it the way like an old person buys a thing they're
True.
not familiar
Box set?
with.
Yeah.
where-
Yeah. You're not-
no, because that'd be all.
Oh,
of them.
you're right. No, not necessarily.
But
because
he walked into CD Warehouse with the last one open in DC, and
to be fair, artists will put out box sets and then continue their musical catalog.
they will not.
Okay. Mid '90s Pink Floyd box set would argue differently.
When in the box set they are done. Those are
Yeah, the box
rules?
set is when your band is dead. It's a casket that they put your band in. That's
you're
why it's
like-
called a box set.
You're like, I can't do it anymore. We put that box set out, and so that's it. That's all our catalog.
That's it. We're done. We can't make any more music. Got to change the name if you want to.
Yeah, we can't progress after this. Yeah, that's.
I just like the idea of him going into the CD Warehouse.
I don't know why I'm arguing this so hard either, by the way.
a stand. I had a great bit involving the clerk and asking what's good. No, none of
It
that.
just suddenly became like let's take this speech and debate and like see if I can just totally take this and run with it.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Mine?
Yeah.
The Dunder Mifflin one.
Which?
No, that's Miley Cyrus. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Is it Party in the USA?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what
my
you-
favorite Taylor Swift song.
Classic.
Sticking with it.
Yeah.
Dunder Mifflin is a part of Saw
Cannon-
Brand?
That's right.
Wrecking Ball's
That's
mine.
my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Wrecking Ball. That's
Yeah,
another
that's my
Miley
fa-
Cyrus song.
Oh no, not
That's
Taylor.
also your favorite Taylor song?
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
We-
That's my favorite Taylor Swift song.
I guess
Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
I love her cover of Jolene. That's my favorite Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
that is a
but
great-
actually Miley Cyrus cover.
No, I don't know her catalog.
No, I think. All right.
No, I'm just like I said. I just took a side.
I like Blank Space. I think that's a song, right? Isn't
That
yeah,
totally sounds like a Taylor
I
Swift
think
song.
so. I think that's a.
If I had to put two words together,
I wouldn't bet against it.
no, yeah, I don't know. This has been a surprisingly fruitful topic for one we all know nothing about.
I just
We dove
I
deep
immediately
on
the
that
second
one.
I read it, I was like, God, what a fucking reach they got! Like, like you nailed it that somebody desperately needed content, and they were like, fuck. Did you see the background of Merrick Garland's Zoom? He had Taylor Swift albums there. Get him!
Yeah, everybody, listen to this.
Oh yeah.
Kelly Clarkson sang some.
That might as well have been on the post.
Yeah,
Kelly Clarkson did who?
she sang Death Cab.
Okay,
You guys
Oh,
want to hear what it sounded like?
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'll allow it. Maybe if you unmute your shit. Just kidding. Oh, this is on her show.
This is on her show.
Yeah.
Oh, that just feels cheap.
Yeah.
Yep, it does now.
Kelly, I love you,
Now-
but come on.
We all after you said that, we're like, oh,
Hey, what if I played a show? Oh, you're gonna go on tour? No, here.
No, on my show.
yeah. It's my show.
What if the musical guest was me?
Ah?
We already have the neon.
Oh my. We.
But now on the flip, like if they had a band, but they got
She's
like
very
COVID and
good,
had
though.
to cancel, and they were like, Kelly, can you fill in? She was like, yeah.
Hey, here's my thing: is I'm just happy that she's still successful, in spite of being a heavy woman. Just be straight fucking honest, because
Yeah, oh,
that's a
yeah.
hell of a hurdle to still have your own fucking show.
Yeah.
In Hollywood or wherever the fuck in this industry, in music, TV, to still be that upfront and be that celebrated, that's amazing.
That's hardcore.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And she's not changing, she's not apologizing, and it's fucking rad.
Yeah.
That's one of the I respect her quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about her personally, but I very much have respect that she's just like, fuck, dude, well, I'm not changing for you.
Sticking to her guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to look like that. I don't anymore. Guess what? That's
Like, sorry. Yeah. I'm a human. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she's such a good singer.
Yeah,
She has a great voice.
That was a solid cover. I don't know that song by Death
I was
Cab
going to
super
say
well.
I didn't recognize it from that cover, but maybe they changed the style a lot.
I think they did change the style, which was
because I didn't recognize it at
That
all.
was kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But I'm also not super familiar with a ton of Death Cab. I know like the radio hits.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
And obviously not well. If that was a radio hit.
Yeah, Death Cab hasn't had a ton of radio hits either. You know?
No, they only
They're not one who really broke through to the,
Guess not.
to the
Whoopsie.
old mainstream. Man.
Goddamn mainstream media.
Man, speaking of music, we talked about Sex Thief, but you're also still super busy with comedy.
Yeah.
Not just performing, but you've got your own show you're putting on.
Yep. And you all are both on the special April 20th edition.
Oh, what?
420.
420.
Yeah.
That's the Devil's Lettuce Day.
Yeah.
It's the day when
we're going hardcore with dabs on the lettuce day.
And it's dabs and comedy.
Yeah, hash on the mic. It's pretty much where, comics will do 5 minutes and then in the middle of their set take a dab, and I usually hit them pretty hard. I make sure that they're going to be coughing. And it's been pretty fun. It's been really cool.
I love it.
There's another one in March 18th in OKC that we're gonna do. That's gonna be like a little off one, but the other one will be you all on it.
It has traditionally been in Tulsa, and OKC's kind of a newer one.
Yeah. Someone actually reached out to us and was like, "Hey, we want to do that here. Can we do that?" And so I had to talk to some people, because it's a collective idea, so I had to make sure that everybody was okay with it going to another place, and everyone was cool with it, and so
Get that branding on board. You don't want a Gallagher situation.
no, exactly, and yeah.
Do you even have a brother?
No.
Question mark?
And so the OKC one's gonna be cool. It's just gonna be a similar, same kind of thing, just a place that you can smoke inside. That's been the coolest part, is that it is
being able to smoke.
Yeah, smoke inside, and this is like a. And they don't serve at the Sesh. They don't serve alcohol, so it's been pretty cool because there's been some open mics there, and it's just been like it's really nice because it's like the vibe of like being at your friend's house smoking, but you're at a comedy show.
Yeah.
Let me go get some some snacks and shit from the front. And everyone's still on the same vibe. Everyone's not. I mean, you can bring your drinks, but it isn't like mostly everyone. There's a dispensary right next door. So it's pretty. It's pretty cannabis friendly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so cannabis friendly.
Yeah, I mean it's really for people who are either involved involved
Or are
in using
really, really
cannabis.
cool.
Yeah, are super cool. with
Just
it.
cool people, man.
Yeah. They're
Are you cool?
Are you cool? Well, come on in.
You probably already see them in all the other events you go to.
You can tell.
Yeah.
But I love the idea the dab hit during the show,
Yeah, that's great.
because I feel like that also means that there's occasionally comics where that's the end of the set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely changes the set for some people that don't really dab.
I was going to say it's at least the end of prepared material.
Yeah. I mean, it's
For some people.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sometimes it's just they just turn now the set turns into the reaction of them going through the dab, because sometimes they don't smoke that much. I mean, it's just funny.
Okay.
Everyone's always like, I mean, I smoke, but like I don't dab like you do, Niccolo. I'm like, well, you're about to get
Strap
one
in,
like me. Yeah, you're about to
motherfucker.
get one like me.
Yeah.
So.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll be one of the few that's on there that's like, I'm ready, baby.
No, that's cool. Like, I mean, I usually am
Not
hitting,
that I am incapable of being choked out. I'm not that motherfucker that's like,
No.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No. You could still choke me out pretty fucking easy, but I'm ready.
Oh, I mean, like if you, I mean, there's some people that like Dakota once. He was like, "Give me one right before I go on, right when I'm going on." And he did it, and he was like, "That was a horrible idea." And I was like, "You got another one in 5 minutes." He's like, "Oh my god, dude, what am I doing up here?"
Yeah.
So you can take more than one if you want. I actually, I like to do like 5 in the 10 minutes, and just really like, ugh.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, and that the thing that I've always like about watching people do dabs who don't normally do it is they go through what I almost call the reboot process, where you can see their brain just kind of turn off and turn
You do
back
it.
on.
You have kind of a reboot.
Yeah, I did. Personal experience as well.
That's okay though. That's how that you can process it.
And it's fun to see that coming to the mic. Like I think that's.
Oh, I bet seeing it live. Yeah,
like I'm excited to do that.
I want to see like just down the line who all like really tries to stick with their like written stuff and like you know, I have no idea how I'm gonna react. I'm gonna try and keep doing my bits.
Yeah.
It is weird because like of course you know if you're like a smoker you would think like yeah I can smoke.
It's so normal.
Yeah, but then like
no, it's gonna throw you off.
It throws me off even though I am doing the multiple dabs because then I'm just like. Wait, what am I talking about?
Our sets are time. It's muscle memory. It's time. Anything that throws that off is going to make it feel weird and different.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then immediately you're going to have this strong situational change of situational awareness.
That's the best part.
Yes.
You see that in everyone's face. We're like, I'm on stage right now. Like I'm on stage.
In
like,
real
yep,
time.
you are.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
Also, because you suddenly have that flood of chemicals in your brain, you're going to immediately want to address it, and it's going to feel safe to do so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you may suddenly acknowledge it and talk about it. Like I bet you get a lot of comics that suddenly talk about the experience. you know?
That's it. And honestly, like, you would think that maybe wouldn't create some like good moments, but it really does because I mean. It just makes
Why are we all here right now?
exactly. You just get more intimate with the crowd.
What even is this concept?
Yeah, because the crowd's usually like
Comedy.
way baked. The crowd is like ridiculously high all the time. Like you just see it, everyone's just like you know, there's huge clouds of
Love
smoke
it.
everywhere. Yeah.
Well, and it's a smoking lounge, so
Yes.
just,
not cigarettes.
Not cigarettes. You go outside. They want you to
get
go
that
outside.
nasty
nobody
shit
wants
out
those
here.
nicotine sticks. and
Yeah,
stuff.
but they got like you
Never
know.
touch the
But
stuff.
it's just like a bar. You go to a bar for a show. You sit down. You have a drink. You're freshly lubed once the comic hits the stage.
Oh yeah, this is next level, like
You know,
next
same
level
deal.
kind of thing.
You
Yeah.
sit down. You load your pipe or whatever.
Exactly.
You know, you join.
I
Roll
like
your
that phrasing. Nicely lubed.
Right?
Nicely lubed.
Yeah.
A little liquid lube, liquid courage.
Yeah, that's the power of alcohol. It's the power.
Oh,
of
I
pot,
remember.
You know?
I
Well, and pot too.
I was gonna
It's
say I
that-
think I did karaoke about 98% more when I was drinking than after quitting drinking because of the liquid courage
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah, exactly.
Like the idea of doing karaoke not drunk, you're like, are you fucking out of your mind?
Like, dude,
Yeah.
no, that doesn't.
Absolutely not.
No.
That's not going to be fun for anybody.
My anxiety would never let me do that.
Yeah, it's that's literally what it feels like. When you're like, the booze never really got me that much courage, and then you're like, do karaoke without it. And you're like, never mind.
You're like, oh,
It was a crutch.
like no, I have love for karaoke. Okay,
I
do.
I love the art. I just
Yeah.
want people to know how good I am at singing good.
I get to do so many styles in so many different ranges.
Yeah, that's where I get to in my own head about what the point is. I'm like, am I just going to like, look how good I can sing? Like, what's the point of this? I'm like, be in a band or fuck off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That is not what I'm saying about karaoke, for the record. That is how my inward, my
Yeah,
inner
that's what
brain
you're
is
thinking.
telling
Feel-
me
that's
about
what you're
myself.
thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
When you do it.
I know you felt that though in your soul.
yeah. I was like, oh my god.
Boy, oh boy. I apologize for today's show, everybody. Feels like it's been a weird one.
So 3/18, March 18th, and then April 20th.
Yep, April 20th at the Sesh, and
Where was the 318?
the 318 is OK Culture Lounge in OKC.
And is that a monthly show in Tulsa too, except for that one, or is it bi-monthly?
It's like every 2 months. I think you've all been doing shows around town too. You understand, like if you beat, it's so easy to beat something into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
With shows and where people are like, I already went to that literally like a month ago.
Just did that.
Yeah, you just did that. It's like, I know, I'm trying to do it again.
Yeah, I need money.
Yeah, like we're trying to do it again. You know what I mean? So we're just kind of giving it, and then also I'm not even gonna on the April 20th. Me and Dylan and I are not even gonna perform. We're just gonna actually have more comics on there, so they and we're just gonna host it.
Hell yeah.
So maybe a little bit more time and. You know what I mean? Just kind of just focus on the dabbing and making sure that the transition between the dabs and the comics is going as smoothly as possible.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a cool thing too, is to have you actually like taking care of the dab process for
Yeah,
them.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, I think that would be really hard to like have a comic, even myself, to like have to stop in the middle of it and be like,
For the listeners, the hand motions of digging out a dab and torching it and the
Yeah.
timing and all that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Great for the listeners.
It's more of a process than non-smokers realize.
Yeah, exactly. And we, the first one we had, I had to figure out like, oh, okay, there is too much time going on between the dab and then the comedian, where like it was like creating like a lull and people were being like, all right, what's going on?
So you're sort of getting it ready during the first part of the set.
Yeah, exactly. So like right as the 5-minute mark, boom, the clock stops, and then you get to take your dab, take it in, inhale it, and then kind of revel in it, and then the clock starts back up. So you're not, so it's not going into your set. You know what I mean? It's not like taking any away.
Yeah. Oh man, I think
That's
I would.
cool.
I think I would try and immediately go back to jokes while holding that hit too.
You can,
Oh, yeah.
you can do.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be my thing. Is like how little can I get out of my timing?
No, I'll make sure to coordinate it then.
For us,
Oh
I
no,
think-
I just mean it'll be like a challenge for me.
No,
I
I
don't want
got
you to
you.
change.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
I don't want you to
yeah,
change
okay.
anything.
Yeah, you do you. Like, but I
This
feel
is an
like
internal challenge. I'm
Okay, I
like
got
Michael
you.
Jordaning myself.
I got you. Okay.
as comedians who also have used concentrates, it's a fun crossroads of getting to try and do one thing through the other. Like I'm especially, like you say, like I reboot a lot. Like, like I'm one of those people who takes a dab and
It takes a second longer to. Reboot's
takes
the best word, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
that is a really good
It's
word.
like
I haven't-
reset. Like
I just sometimes need a minute and I just got to sit there and
your eyeballs have to adjust because there's different pressure.
be one with my decision,
Yeah.
and after a little bit, everything kind of subsides and you're back with the living, and everything's operating again and Windows is fully on. But like,
Fully operational.
so for me personally, like I've been kind of mentally preparing for it by thinking about like, what can I do by muscle memory? So if I shut down, can I still tell one of my jokes? Like,
Oh, that's the fun part.
even if I'm just telling it like this while I'm getting my shit together, like
That's great. That would be great.
Because I'm also gonna maybe have limited facilities. Because sometimes, like I've had dabs hit me so hard that like really like I just can't fucking talk like a human for a minute, like so. Can I eke out my billboard joke? Like
That's gonna be perfect. Yes.
adult theater. Like I think how's that gonna work?
Yeah, it's fun to find that kind of internal challenge within yourself too. Like, how can I make this more fun for me
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's kind of, to me, like once you work in any kind of roadblock or obstacle into the set, you turn it into performance. You turn it into theater.
Yeah.
Which
So-
not that it's not in its core
Yeah.
at the beginning, right?
All of it, yeah. But
you're
but now you're specifically doing a thing.
by almost breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That is actually really crazy little like.
I know, right?
No, that is so crazy because like
it's a little way, yeah. Because are we breaking the fourth wall in that moment?
I mean,
Sort of taking it out of the theatrics and then attempting to go back.
it is.
you
It
are
is.
when you turn to the crowd and go, "That was a really big hit, you
Yes.
guys."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then it is weird. It just makes this more like personal, the crowd relationship between the performer and them, and because you're like, oh, I've been there. Oh,
Yeah.
I've taken. Oh, I've coughed like that.
Well,
know.
a lot of the appeal is how differently comedians react to cannabis. As far as some, do you get more in your head or do you get
Yeah.
out of your head? I get out of my head.
I get in my head.
Well, it depends on the situation, but when I'm doing stand up specifically, I sort of get out of my. I'm not overly analyzing the moment, and I am having more fun.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm able to be just more silly. Like the
Yeah,
higher
yeah.
I am, the more silly I am, and that's
Yeah.
usually translates to a better show. Like at
Perfect.
Heirloom is a perfect example. I took an edible on the way there. And then while the show was starting, I kind of forgot about that one and took another one. And so I was on 200 instead of 100, which is
Love
100 is
that.
kind of my like normal
Yeah.
keel, right? But 200, I
That's
was
your-
super
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
high.
yeah, you're goofy as
So
shit.
yeah, it was very punchy and very silly, and it was
Yeah.
a great set. And Evan said it was like one of his best. So I was like, all right, here we go.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I think that, but a lot of other comics get, like you said, like
Yeah.
overanalyze. I overthink it too much, and like, oh my god, I'm high. Who knows it? Is it fucking up my
Yeah,
jokes?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
So it's an interesting to see like who rides that line and which direction they go.
No,
you know?
definitely, yeah. Because some people, you just see it. You just see it where like they're literally like thinking like, oh God, wow,
This is the worst idea I've ever
they're
had
like,
in my life.
man, I can't believe I did this.
This is fucking
Yeah,
nightmare.
and then some people are like, woo, man, all right,
Hell
let's
yeah,
get
let's
this.
do
Woo,
this. Yeah,
woo,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yep, I'm a little bit more on that side.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but it's
the
great.
second
Both
half's
of
going to
them.
be a lot more fun.
It's just a cool little concept. And honestly,
it
I got to
is.
give a shout out to Justin Blazing America. He was the one that came with me to the idea, but he called it dabbing comedians. But then he was like, he can
be
let
accurate.
me. Yeah, he will let me take it because he's gonna still doing his dabbing comedians. And but he's like, just change the name, but you keep the
The concept.
keep the concept. Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's this version?
His version is dabbing
Yeah, yours?
comedians, and then mine's hash on the mic.
Hash on the mic.
I like it.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just so like if he's promoting a show, there isn't any cross.
Gallagher too.
Exactly that.
Where are his shows based out of?
His shows are based out of OKC.
Okay,
You know,
Word.
cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
And and it's a cool kind of like crossroads too because you're involved in the marijuana industry,
Oh, hardcore.
and you've always been kind of a vocal proponent.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
definitely, for sure.
Even in just like how much you can effectively use. Like I saw you at the show at was that at Blackbird on Pearl. Mm-hmm. Draven had a skit in Mac Bryan's variety show, one of our little skits, and
Put that in your little skit.
But you can put that little skit, right? Isn't that funny?
God, you love that.
and it was a game show where the contestants had to imbibe, and then we had to answer trivia questions. For to celebrate our rightness. And he hit me up. He's like, hey man, he's like, I want to feed you a bunch of edibles and I want to ask you trivia questions on the mic. Is that cool? And I was like, that is cool. And I got there all high and fucking mighty thinking, oh, this is going to be a breeze. I'm going to walk out the victor. And he goes, hey, I want you to meet your contestants. Uncle Gary and Niccolo. And I said, I don't have a fucking chance.
See, now that's where I would stand a chance. I could come in as a ringer, like, don't tell anybody about my enzyme issue. Like, if I eat regular edibles, I'll eat hundreds of milligrams and feel nothing.
That would have been great. Yeah.
So, like, everybody's so high, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, that's
We're like
the War of
collapsing.
1812
Yeah, we're like collapsing.
inward, and I'm like, what's wrong with you guys?
And they reveal like how much you're on, and we're like, oh,
You're the fucking, you have the best
like you took
tolerance
that
ever.
whole
Yeah.
8,000 grams, dude. That whole milligram.
Like, honestly, I feel like I might feel some because, eventually I'm sure my body's going to absorb a little bit of it. But
I feel like you would just go to sleep.
Usually,
Right?
if I eat a high amount of just regular oil-based shit, if any effect I get, it's like I'll just get a little sleepy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll get a headache.
Yeah, I have a friend that I think has a similar thing, but because I would always be like, "Come on, you don't want," and you're like, "Dude, I would have to eat." So much, and all that would happen is I would feel sick, or because you ate so much of that oil.
It wasn't until I learned about nano for my job that I learned that I can't feel those, but I can feel the nano, and it's the enzyme issue.
That's so crazy.
And that's why I eventually made that video, Robot Farmer Science Class. If you're out there on YouTube and you want to know how regular edibles versus nano emulsified edibles affect your system, watch a video I made from top to bottom, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Watch it. YouTube, right?
Yep.
Professor Zampino.
That's right. On some Mr. Wizard shit.
Will you Photoshop up a little shot of you in a lab coat I can use for the Facebooking?
You bet.
That'd be great.
You bet. Should we pick and plug?
Oh, is it time to pick?
I
and
feel
the
like it
plugging?
is.
Wow, it's time flies.
Time for the picking and the plugging.
Thank you, Kelly.
What? That was Professor Frank.
Oh no, I meant Kelly. I was getting really.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. There's Giuliani.
Giuliani.
He sucks.
He sure does.
Oh man, what have I been watching, doing, seeing? I don't even know. I don't know.
I'll start. Do you want me to start this time?
You start. Let me see if I can come up with
I got a couple picks, a music pick. Tomorrow night, my boy here and I, we're going to go see Pup at the Canes Ballroom. Are you going to that show?
What?
Oh, you got to check out Pup.
Canes
fun.
tomorrow.
Yeah, you would love Pup. You
Really?
would love Pup.
Really?
Yes. They are like a great new take on pop punk. Like they're their own thing.
Okay.
They're out of Toronto.
All right.
It's just this wonderful mix of just anthemic fucking gang vocals. I mean, it's like it's an experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So check out Pup the Band. Yep. Just Google Pup the Band. And then if you need something to watch, there's one on Netflix and I believe the other one is on HBO. But there's two different documentaries about the Murdaugh case. The one that actually just ended with Alex Murdaugh being convicted of murdering his wife and son.
Don't those now are they all still current enough now that there's been a conviction?
No, so the documentaries are essentially what led up to the arrest and him being in prison leading up to trial.
Okay.
So the trial literally ended this week. The
Yeah,
conviction
the
came
other
down
day.
this week.
Yeah. Right before showdown.
So it would be mind-boggling if one of those production companies wasn't continuing to shoot for a sequel sort of or a continuation. It would be crazy for them not to do that because the story definitely doesn't end on either of those documentaries where they left off because of the fact the trial hadn't happened. But it's super interesting and they both do a good job of sort of getting to what the entire case is about because it's definitely a lot bigger than just somebody that flipped out and murdered his wife and son.
Yeah.
Like it's insane how much is involved. There's a boat crash. There's financial crimes. There's the mysterious death of a housekeeper.
Really?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
There's another.
I'm
there's
intrigued.
another death of a local gay kid that people just keep bringing up their family name as being involved somehow, and that's been covered up for years. And there's a lot. It's a lot. It's very fucking interesting.
All right.
But it's basically about how in Hampton, South Carolina, it's just been a fucking decades long good old boy system where one family has called the shots and anything they wanted to do, they pretty much got away with until old Alex's son really fucked up and got drunk and crashed a boat.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine getting away with like all these financial crimes and I don't know, potentially being involved with mysterious deaths and then receiving all of the money that should have gone to that person's children, that sort of thing, just going completely unnoticed. And then your son gets drunk and crashes a boat, and your whole fucking world opens up, and all of a sudden they're starting to find out about everything you've ever done. Ooh, bro, I got you right.
I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I really am.
But yeah, it's because it's like I said, it's so much bigger than just one murder case because it's about this entire system of good old boys.
Yeah,
just protecting each other.
Okay,
It's fucked up.
It's got everything.
It really does.
Yeah, that's great.
It's so
And
deep. There's one. So there's two different ones. There's one I think on Netflix, and there's one maybe on HBO. But just look up.
Is one by the family?
No, I mean,
like trying to rival the other ones.
There is one that has interviews with his brothers. Where they're sort of acting as spokespeople for the family. Which just goes to like most documentaries, they're at least attempting to get interviews with everybody involved. But especially when you get to a situation where a case like this, you mostly get into like legal issues where like the trial's still coming, so the family members aren't going to be super willing to do interviews because it could affect the case.
Yeah.
It could potentially affect the case.
Totally.
So sometimes the lack of participation is for that reason, and then some of it's just they don't want to be involved and tell their side of the story or whatever. And then in this case, it's because most of the family's either dead or in prison, and the only one left is Buster, and nobody's talking to Buster. Yeah, his name's Buster. Anyways, so that's cool. Those are my picks. And then plugs.
Plug something.
Come see me at the Starlight this Friday night. We're gonna have a good time. Come to the show with me and we'll laugh and have a good time. I'll be very high. I probably won't do dabs on stage.
Not there.
Unless they ask me, or let me.
We can.
And they ask me,
I'll ask you.
Hey, will you?
Hey, you can't come in
Will
here.
you pretty please do dabs on stage?
I have
that's actually
always
what I
wanted.
would be doing. Can I pretty please?
Just one.
My vape pen. Can I hit my vape pen?
I'll hold it in.
Cool if I have my vape pen on stage?
Well, I feel like that's probably Oh no, you said you got the idea that this was already a show that was happening.
Well, he came to me with it, and we did the
cool.
first one with. I
Will
did the
you
first
please?
one with him. Yeah.
So it's not like
Now I'm just stuck with that image of somebody being like, "Can I please? Will you please?"
I want dabs.
because I could definitely see someone walking into a smoking lounge like that and be like, "Hey, you have a stage. You can smoke here. Oh, can I please do a set where I smoke on stage?" It's the follow up question.
Good
That
point.
sounds.
Yeah, that's very much like
Right?
an open mic thing.
That is. Yeah, that reminds me of something fun.
Boy, oh boy. So yeah, come see me this Friday night at the Starlight with Jeremy Beck and dang it, Hilton's
Oh,
gonna
man.
remember because he's the host.
She's got a cool name, and I just
I
don't want to
know.
butcher it.
I know that me neither.
Valeria Graves Kagan. Coggin, excuse me. Valeria Graves Coggin. Going blank.
That is a
sucks,
cool
you guys.
name.
Yeah, right. She's out of Northwest Arkansas, just like Jeremy Beck. So glad to have both of them on the show.
Okay, cool. That was gonna be my next question. Is she also from Arkansas?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't book them together. It wasn't like no nepotism.
No, honestly, no, sorry. I thought that it was just somebody from the scene that was brand new I hadn't heard of, then hadn't met, and so I was wondering if this is a Tulsa comic I haven't met,
Yeah.
or if they were coming with Jeremy.
Exactly.
And that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll come to that this Friday,
Nice.
9 o'clock.
Yeah. 9-ish.
9-ish.
9-ish is what the poster says, and you should
Friday.
You should trust the poster. 'Cause them Friday crowds, you guys. You are a fickle bitch.
It's so true. Yeah, so true. I'm bringing some folks though.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh, you a
so-
bringer now?
I'm trying to be.
Oh, I love it.
You're a bringer.
No, what it is that I had a long enough hiatus in comedy where now there's an entire group of there's an entire friend group I have that's like, you do stand up?
And you're like, yeah.
It's mostly like cannabis industry
No,
folks. Yeah.
exactly. There's a new people that hasn't seen your set.
Like I got some folks from Seed coming.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Dope,
cool.
dope,
Yeah.
dope.
I got I had a couple of those. I think like 2 years ago at Fox. I had a few new.
They're
people
like,
who-
wait, you do comedy?
Yeah, and it's always like one of them gets the idea and they rope in like 3 others, and then they come to your show, and if it's me, they leave it. It was all right. It was all right.
I will say that
you're funny.
I got lucky and my bosses at Robot came to a Looney Bin show.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be a sold out show where I was like feeling it.
Nice.
And,
You're like, yeah, this is-
they become like,
Yeah.
they're
You're
like,
like, no, this is what happens every time. Yeah.
they're like, this dude is on another level.
Like,
He's
no,
such
like
a
you know,
good-"
comedy, like a comedian. That's what. It
Yeah.
is.
And I'm like, whew, I just had that really good
Yes.
set. Yep.
No, but that's. I mean,
That's what comedy is.
No, exactly. But I mean, honestly, once you get to a point where you can have that, and some people get to see you, that's the beauty of I do comedy. Yeah,
You're goddamn right I do.
I make people laugh.
Yeah, and come see me. What about you? Any plugs?
I think I got one on. I think I have maybe 2 shows on the 11th.
Okay.
It's going to be a busy day.
Yeah.
Double header.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be a show on at the Sesh.
Okay.
Sesh Lounge.
The Sesh Lounge. I can't say who the headliner is, yo.
Ooh,
yeah.
secret headliner.
Yeah, someone's coming in town, and
Rumor has it.
a bigger name is coming in town, and might want to really do a set there. So it's the Sesh Lounge, and then also at the Tulsa Comedy Club, a show Evan Hughes is hosting.
Okay.
Yet to get in there.
Yeah. And you're on Twitter now.
Oh, I'm mostly on Twitter and Instagram. I mostly fuck around on Twitter because it's like a little bit easier to do stupid shit. I think,
Okay.
or say stupid stuff.
Yeah, that's my whole philosophy on Twitter is the dumbest weird ideas that pop into my head go right on my Twitter.
Yeah.
That's where I said yesterday that pop music peaked with "Hold On" by Wilson Phillips,
Instagram really hates.
which is true.
Either Instagram
Hold on for
super
one more
hates
day.
weed, or
Oh, yeah,
or I had some haters.
So you got
me
shut
down. I
down.
got completely shut. My Childish Zampino Instagram is fucking gonzo.
Really?
Yep.
I think it's a combination of people that hate weed, and also like if you have haters, then you just have.
I don't
that-
think I had a new post in probably 6 months, and it got shut down. That's what
Really?
That's what really blew me away. Was because I had kind of stopped using my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
Really?
For real.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's why I'm like, it couldn't have been the fucking algorithm because those posts were so fucking old. This had to be somebody reporting that shit.
I can't explain that one. That's a
neither.
crazy one. I mean, but yeah, Instagram hates weed. I've been like, I barely try to like post about it any times.
Well, mine's shut down, so I'll say, fuck you, Instagram. You can suck my ass.
No, I mean, it says on Twitter that they promote cannabis actually advertisements.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's because it's Elon's.
I know.
He's like, I smoked weed on Joe Rogan.
He's
so
like, I like it. I want to see more of it.
he just wants to be.
Weirdo.
He just wants to be thought of as cool.
Yeah,
as
that's
being the
it.
cool guy, which works out for us.
Yeah, it's like cool. I get to promote weed on that.
I'll exploit that, you fucking nerd.
Yeah. Just try not to fuck up Twitter.
Yeah. Which
Too late. Too late.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a cesspool of right wing nonsense. Anyways,
it's also such a uniquely applicable communication means for certain things.
applicable. Man, that word.
It's a good one.
I like that
It's
one.
a tripper upper.
Little tongue twister. But yeah, no, he's a pain in the ass.
Yup. So follow Niccolo on Twitter.
Yeah, funny stacks.
And Sex Thief, where do you find information
The
on
worst.
Sex
We're
Thief?
the worst. Hey, give me your plugs so we'll shit on them.
It's like, that app is trash. But yeah, follow us.
Fuck Instagram and Twitter's run by an idiot. But anyway, where do we follow
But we
you?
use them. But I use them.
Is there not a social media though that you don't kind of hate but also
Honestly,
still use?
I would love if somebody was like, what's a social media app that's not owned by a fucking monster?
Yeah.
I'm like,
None. Zero.
Or that's a pain in the ass.
Or
in
it's
some
one that
form.
nobody uses and will ever use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, there's this one. It's owned by this guy, and he's very cool. How many users does it have? 12.
It's like literally one person from your work uses it.
Exactly.
He never shuts up about it.
He's like, let's be real, dude. Let's be real right now.
Yeah, exactly. Follow me on fucking, what was the Mastodon? Do you know what
Mastodon had a
that-
fucking
it-
social media?
It was, I don't know if it was, not the band
no.
Mastodon.
Oh my gosh, I was like,
But
what?
there was a like a
was
fake
all
Twitter.
Mastodon news
and
all
instead
day.
of calling them tweets, they called it toots.
Dude, like a Mastodon.
For real. And they were like, please take us seriously.
not okay.
Hey. They were like, hey, check it out. They were like, they walked out in suits on a stage somewhere and they were like, hey, instead of tweets, right?
We've got to.
It's toots. Stop laughing.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Hey, I like the whole hey, stop. No, listen, please.
Please stop laughing.
Listen.
I'm being serious right now. Look at my tie.
Toots. Listen. You're not listening.
Guys, I don't think you can hear me over the laughing. I think if we just calm down, I'll tell you what we call our tweets.
What it is they got everybody in the room with the name and the cool logo, and they were like, Mastodon. Oh, that's tough. That's big and
Like,
rough
all
and
right.
like prehistoric. And they're like, can't wait to find out what they're going to call the tweets. Oh, I can't even imagine. They call them snarls or kills or
Kills.
Malls.
toots.
Do you think when they come up with the name,
That's what it should be every time you press send.
was that like a board meeting with 4 guys in it though?
You
And
know
like-
there had to be.
And
Yeah.
one of them's like, you know, guys, toots, like tooting your own horn.
That just reminds me of drug use, though.
And there's
That's what I feel like they were doing.
a little
Yeah,
doing
that's
a couple.
a little toot.
Yeah.
You want to do a
That's
toot?
great.
Oh, that's a perfect
great.
idea.
That's perfect.
They should have stopped at a toot.
That's
And maybe
what it
they
was.
wouldn't have come up with such a shitty idea. They were
Yeah.
doing rails.
Yeah, no, it's true. To get to that, you gotta do more
You
than
did more than a toot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Holy shit! Damn.
These fucking idiots. Oh, yeah.
Don't do toots.
Yeah,
Toots.
don't. Yeah.
What about plug or picks? You got anything that you've been into lately? It doesn't have to be something new. Just anything at
Picks?
all.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
movie,
Any
show,
movies?
music,
Could be music, could be books.
artist, comedian, brand of skateboard, whatever you want.
Yeah, I will. Honestly, I've been listening to. They're like this upcoming band from Texas. They're blowing up in the underground scene. They're like they're playing California, New Orleans. They came to Tulsa here like a couple months ago.
What are they called?
They're called Mexican Coke.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
it
is delicious.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's that. Yeah, it's funny because we met them and Dylan, the bass player for the band, was like, so do you guys do coke? And they're like, no, it's about the drink. And like, okay, all right. We just had it because they're like young Mexican kids from Houston, Texas, but they are literally blowing up. Like,
Hell yeah.
like yeah. So
What style?
oh, it's just like intense hardcore music, you know. But
Okay.
you know they have like ski masks on, and they all dress like Mexican cowboys, kind of like that, and but they're just aggressive and really cool.
I dig it. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yep, Mexican Coke Band Texas.
Tejas.
Yep, they're on Bandcamp. They're on Spotify. Yep, that's them.
Cool.
Oh hell yeah!
Couple
That's
albums out.
some great old punk rock imagery.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, you know, 18, 20 years old, you know. Oh yeah, and the lead singer has a sawed-off shotgun.
What?
Yes, look.
Oh, he's holding a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's a prop.
No, yeah, but it's just wild.
Yeah.
So you're like, what? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're an intense band, but they're pretty nice guys. They're really cool.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say I'm
definitely.
wearing a Brother Inferior shirt. It reminds me of when I would go to a Brother Inferior show in high school and be a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved that.
It was dope.
I loved it being in the back of the show. Like something fucking crazy could happen at any moment.
Yeah, that's what it was at Chimera. At Chimera.
That's wild.
Yeah,
The
at
days back then.
1:30 in the
Downtown?
morning, and you know,
cool.
Yeah, and it's an all ages show, so it's just like, oh my gosh, what is? Yeah.
going nuts,
and then you
though.
know they're like, yeah, it was just
Fun.
That's a good time.
And- yeah.
Mexican Coke.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's on you, buddy. What do you got?
It's on
Have you had
me.
enough time?
I've had enough time, and I want to invite you guys all to come to the Starlight Comedy Night, March 10th. We got Michael Zampino. No, that's not what I'm pushing. I do want you to check out the other podcast that we
I
have
meant
on
for a
the.
pick. Sorry.
I got that too.
Yeah.
I got that lined up. That's in my
No. I meant, did you have enough time to think of a pick?
yeah.
I know you remembered the plugs.
I got two.
You remember the plugs.
I got my plugs and I got
We
two
remember
picks.
except not the hair plugs. Hilton, don't fuck with that.
No, man.
Hilton's the one and only
I'm bald
bald.
and beautiful. I'm the one.
But the
I'm
one.
the one.
The other ones can
there will
fuck.
be only one.
Yeah. Fuck off.
It's
all right?
it's canon on the show that the rest of the balds are bad.
I'm looking at you, Vin Diesel, whatever your real name may be.
Mark Sinclair.
Mark Sinclair. I forgot.
Did you know that? Vin Diesel's
Vin
real
Diesel's
name is Mark.
Mark
Really?
Sinclair. And we're not okay with it.
Oh, that's not family.
It's
No.
deflating
Yeah.
when you find that out, huh?
yeah, that is.
When you
that
hear
is
that,
deflating.
you're like, you exhale. You're like, huh? Really?
I see
Oh,
why
it's
you.
a stage name. Huh?
Now I know why you write it in your contracts that you can't lose a fight on screen.
Yeah, because you lost for a while. you took a few L's, Mark.
I'm Vinny Diesel. Vincent Diesel. I'm gonna go fucking truck.
Listen to me.
We already covered this, but it's fun to come back. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that.
I don't remember my picks. No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But I do want you to listen to what we got going on the OLA Ministries Network. All sorts of fun shows. Not only new episodes of Max News with
That's right.
Zampino and TJ Clark.
TJ Clark now on the show.
Dope.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing OK Geek each week where we're talking about video games and comic books. And then we've got
You just did Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I did. Spoiler. That's one of the picks. Man, if caveat asterisk, but we'll get back to it.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
And then if you want to hear just some weird off the wall shit, you got to check out Stories with Mom. That's where I literally just put my mom in front of a microphone and say, "Hey, tell a story," and she does. And it's just the same kind of stuff that I grew up listening to. And her life is just such a weird history of places went and people met and unique situations. And she's got a flair for storytelling. And now she gets details a little confused sometimes, which kind of adds a fun comic flair when you realize that you're suddenly in two worlds at once for a beat. But it's a lot of fun, and she's having a lot of fun making it. So I if you want to check out something different, I highly recommend it.
And that's just going to be something great to have. You know?
Yeah, that is a personal benefit that I'm kind of excited about.
Of course.
But I really did
It'd be hard not to think about it from that direction, for sure.
Yeah, but
It's beautiful.
I really did it because she was interested in finding stuff to do now that she's retired. And it was one of those. It's kind of a time spent kind of thing.
I actually the other day was having sort of obviously midlife thoughts when you think about like it would be easy to get fucking super bored if you're retired. Like it'd be cool for a few weeks, but then Jesus, you'd be like because I'm lazy as shit, and the idea of being like I don't ever have to do anything ever again, you'd be like cool, and then 2 weeks in you'd be like I kind of want to do something.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I didn't watch everything.
I've done watch everything. I've seen everything.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I think we tend to have a more of a kind of an aggressive focus on older life and the idea of like having interests with purpose, so that we know that when there's no job, when there's no things like that taking up our time, that we've got something to fall back on. Where I think our parents may have just kind of been going from one thing to the next without that kind of foresight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, that was heavy as fuck, dude.
Yeah. It's beautiful though.
Yeah.
We get deep at the end of the show.
No, that was nice. That was impressive.
We start
that was
shallow,
nice.
but yeah.
I like that.
And then picks.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know what? I got a call back to when we had Sam Carrico on the show a couple weeks ago.
He said it was bad.
He said his video on it was Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And I got to tell you, apt title, sir, because that is accurate.
Okay.
It's not a pick for everyone. And that's my asterisk. That's my caveat, is that this is not for everyone. If you are a hardcore Marvel fan, if you've been watching all of them, like I'm in the theater for all of them. That's just kind of my thing. It's a little ritual. I sneak in snacks. We have a lot of fun.
Allegedly.
No, fucking 100. I'm marching in my sock-shaped weird. There's a bottle of water in there.
Like, say something, I dare you.
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
If you do, I'm just going to take it out and keep walking. That's all that's going to happen. Then I don't have to feel weird.
Call the cops.
Yeah.
Please.
We've done this dance before. We did it at Turtles. That wasn't worth the money. But it's okay. It's fine. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, they're fine. The greats being great. The classic actors, Michael Douglas.
Did they bring in anybody new for this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the IMDb. It's the girl that played Cassie Lang. She's great as well.
And they're bringing Jonathan
Frakes.
Majors.
Nope. Okay. Yes, Jonathan. Of course, it's Kang. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but he was established in other stuff, but not in this.
Yeah, he's had kind of a fun tour de force career with Lovecraft Country.
Did you watch that on HBO?
Lovecraft Country?
It's like about H.P. Lovecraft, sort of.
No, I didn't.
It was cool. It's a weird fucking show, but it's cool as hell.
I like weird stuff for sure.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's very well done. The actor, all of the actors in it were really good.
But
But yeah, he definitely that was kind of his like.
That's been his big debut as his character and
sort of breakout role.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get you.
And it's a big get to get a Marvel franchise role for a new actor. But the movie overall was good. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Catherine Newton plays Cassie Lang, making up the kind of the core of the three heroes. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer as the older heroes. A small cameo from Bill Murray that was okay. In a weird way. You know what? I'm going to save it, man. You want to hear more about it? Check out my review on OK Geek.
Perfect.
Plug, bitches.
Plug.
But the short form, because this is the pick, or one of my picks, is that if you're a super hardcore Marvel fan, just go, because you're going to love it. You're going to get what you need out of it. There's some fun story continuity.
That's enough for me.
There's a couple characters that are different from the comics, and you can have that debate. It moves everything forward a little bit. And
got Randall Park, love him.
But I will say that the sense of been there, done that was strong. And the sense of poor use, but the poor use of green screen was noticeable.
Okay.
And those things both kind of left me feeling a little meh, for sure.
Right.
So I got to say, I haven't watched this video yet.
That was the thing that I've heard.
The title.
Outside of his saying that as well, I have heard that again.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Was some of the CGI?
Yeah,
just being bad.
It was a little obvious in some certain scenes. Like, I mean,
You're like, we're past this. You can't show this to me now and be like, remember how good it was then? Sorry, I took a step back. Budgets, hey, COVID. What are you gonna do?
Hey, it's another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's money.
Our brains won't let us accept it.
It's money and time, and these companies can afford to do it. So fuck you, do it.
Ooh, in your face.
Stop it.
Paul Feig.
This bullshit of
Right?
the fucking padding the bottom line of these execs at at cutting corners
Feige?
elsewhere. I don't care. It's give that movie more money.
Yeah.
That's your fucking
Or
last
put it in the
name
right
on
spot. Put it in the right spot. Like,
Yeah.
make somebody take a fucking pay cut. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, somebody, you go to one actor or a group of actors and you're like, listen, look at the dailies. This is what we're working with right now. If everybody could cut this much, we can make this shit look better.
It's like,
Yeah.
it will look better.
So many actors will be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what this movie's gonna look like.
Well, and it had fantastic sets, like or CGI vistas and
Yeah.
stuff that were created for it. Like the quantum realm looked wild, but because we didn't really get a lot of strong interaction with it, it kind of felt flat, and you don't really care.
Maybe don't have Bill Murray in it. That's
Well,
how you pay for the better.
Boom.
CG.
Look at
Right,
that.
exactly.
Look at that.
Well, and especially with the timing, with everything
Yeah.
that's been coming
Yep.
out with him,
Yep.
it really
Oh,
wasn't a
that's
great
true.
time to have Bill Murray in your movie anyway.
I just meant that's an easy pay. Like,
Yeah, it's like maybe
he was probably on set for what, a day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cost
Maybe
$5
two,
mil?
I can imagine. Yeah.
yeah, and like that was great. That was
Like
great.
that $5
Look.
mil could have made that CGI look a little better.
Pretty good.
I don't know how much it costs to make CGI look good.
I don't know either.
A lot.
I mean, but it
A
does.
lot,
I
yeah.
feel like $5 mil would
More.
be a good. Yeah, it would be good for just a little bit.
But probably
If
more,
you were almost there, maybe that's that little bit.
yeah,
Who knows?
probably more important than anybody with like a 3-letter title.
A 3-letter title.
Jonathan Majors was excellent as Kang. Really great run for the character. Excited to see where it goes. And one thing that's not on the podcast that I will say here that I was tipped off, there was an article I read that pointed out how much this script, very much the storyline anyway, the narrative feels like a Fantastic Four film. As a comic book fan, not just because Kang is originally a
was gonna
Fantastic
say,
Four villain.
Does it seem like they're trying to point to, hey, this is coming?
No,
No? Okay.
But and also it feels like a Fantastic Four film because in how that they kind of go to a new world as
I see.
explorers.
More
but-
of the, I see what you mean.
But I am. You know what? I hadn't considered what you were saying, and I was a little dismissive of it. But you may actually give me a reason to hope,
Yeah.
because if it is kind of a setting up of more of what we can see, or even leading into that storyline, that's really cool. My fear is that with this now off the table, that it's not the kind of story we can have from them, and we know the Fantastic Four are coming, and if these kind of fantastic voyage adventures.
You already broke that. You can't set the bar because you already did.
Yeah, or if you already took it off the table, you're not going to
Yeah.
be going there anytime soon.
I see.
I could see not liking that, but no, maybe you're right. I'll be hoping that maybe it's kind of setting up for more of this.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
So rewatch.
You're welcome.
Rewatch Rise of Silver
I
Surfer.
inadvertently gave you hope.
Gave me hope.
Yeah. That's all I can hope.
I like that idea though. It was like, ooh, maybe. you
Well, I
know?
mean, the second you said like that it had that feeling with Kang, I'm like, well, maybe they're
set
just
something
like,
up.
hey, here's, we know we're going there eventually, so.
Yeah, but fun, but an overall an interesting movie with some fun new places to go. If you're a Marvel fan like I am, you'll get what you need out of seeing it for sure. Interesting post-credit scene as well, and one that is really blowing me away after the first episode.
I do like knowing going in whether or not I need to bother staying after the credits.
There are two. I only stayed for the first one. I was glad I did. I almost never stay for the second one anymore because 9 out of 10 times it's a gag.
okay.
But this one, it would have been interesting, but I didn't need to see it.
I see.
So, but and they're both online anyway. wasn't even at the car yet, and I knew what happened in it. You Google it.
Oh, that's true.
As you're walking out.
True that.
But meanwhile,
Watch it much. You don't have to wait for the credits to be over.
You don't have to watch the movie.
You can be standing there while the credits are going, watching the.
You're like, okay.
yeah, I guess I could have sat there and did it, except I would have felt self-conscious about the screen. But I guess that's what the brightness is for. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur also. I watched the first episode, and that was a lot of fun. And I'm on board for going forward for now.
Is that another Disney?
Yeah,
Okay.
we watched the trailer a couple weeks ago.
I remember that. I couldn't remember where it was.
Yes, Disney
airing.
Plus. It is a Marvel property.
That's right.
And they
Alfred Woodard in this bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Oklahoma
American treasure. Alfred Woodard.
Yeah.
Alfred. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know her the second you see her. She's been in a lot of stuff from your childhood that
known
you're like,
from
I
Star
have
Trek.
I have a sense of familiarity and warmth with you.
Yes, like I
Been in 2 Marvel.
I'm
movies.
comfortable
I feel
with you.
safe around Alfred Woodard.
That's what it is. Safe.
Yeah.
When she sings, what is it, Hug-a-Bear or Hug-a-Bug
Sure.
in Heart and Souls?
Okay.
We've talked about that movie before with little baby Robert Downey Jr.
All we do is talk.
That's true. We've talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's 6.5 years.
Just go back and watch the scene of Alfred Woodard singing Hug-a-Bug in Heart and Souls, and if you can watch that and not feel deep emotions, you're a goddamn monster. You're a sociopath. That should be the sociopath test.
That's
right.
the test.
They play that scene, and if you have no emotional reaction, they're like, "Go to jail right now. Where are the bodies?"
Like, what did you do something wrong? Yes. No emotion.
Oh, she's born right here in Tulsa.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Man. But that Moon Girl Devil Donna story, just like we saw in the preview, the clip that we watched, great art style, fun
it looked
characters,
like a cool animation style.
yeah, really, just especially when they got into the action scenes, it was a little more tame and kind of what you would see like typical during the
Everything was
base of the
bright and
storyline.
neon though, and I dig that.
Oh, the color palette's fantastic.
Fuck,
It's
yeah.
really
very
gorgeous.
satisfying for me
But
because I
there's
like
a-
that shit. I'm like a moth.
Yeah, right.
I am. I'm like, oh, it's so bright. I love it.
Like closer.
Neon, yes. Give it to me.
There's something about contrast that I think we just take for granted. And then when you see it like used well, it just adds a lot of just power.
Oh, like a bright neon pink against a
dark,
trashy
yep.
alleyway.
yeah,
Your shirt.
Give it to me.
Your shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, good classic black on
Classic,
white on
classic
black.
contrast right
That's
there.
right. Yep.
Man. But really cool and great soundtrack too. That's one thing that I didn't expect.
Okay.
that I really enjoyed.
Wouldn't have expected that either, but that's awesome.
Yeah, so check
Fucking
that out
A.
as well.
We did it.
Another
Yeah.
one.
Another one
man.
bites my nuts.
Oh wow. Well,
Chomp,
that's-
chomp, chomp.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
she went to Bishop Kelly?
Hell yeah, she did.
I went
Man.
there.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I graduated from Bishop Kelly.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Your,
Sorry, I just
your
saw that.
alma mater.
Yeah. Oh.
If you want to be a fancy pants.
Do I know who's your mascot over there?
Who's my
The Bishop Kelly.
drug heads?
They don't talk about it a lot.
They don't, but they're over there.
the Bishop Kelly, my dad was a pastor.
Oh my God.
The Bishop Kelly's pastor's kids.
Oh man.
What is the it's a Catholic school.
It is
The
a
Comets. The
the
Bishop
Comets.
Kelly-
That's what it is. Yeah,
right,
we are.
that's
We're,
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, that's Jesus riding back.
Oh yeah, it's a science-based.
It's
mascot.
funny how
Yeah.
much like I
Expect
feel like that may as well have been a Southern Baptist thing, like disguised as a Catholic school.
It could very
With
well
all the
be.
kids that came
Yeah.
out of there?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah.
Right? Ooh.
Neat trick, God.
Neat.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Niccolo.
Hey, thank you.
Take it from me. I love you.